place, shots down, Don Julio. 1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor. Gotta get up to get down like Julio. Patrick Trace and Ocho Loco, and I'm sipping on a foe. Loco that is, I smoke all there is. I ain't listening, fuck the haters. She said she wanna party, so I know what it is. Summertime living, we all go where we live. I took a few minutes on my busy schedule to make this fiesta crack just like some eggs, yo. I tell a bad girl to leg on my good dro. I let her party, she wanna party cause she said so. Who came in here just to take the edge off? And who's in here to raise their whole fucking heads off? We gon' party hard, yeah, until it gets soft. And pick it up again right where we left off. Pick the party up, we gon' pick the party up. Shots down, we gon' pick the party up. Come another round, we gon' pick the party up. We need party people, pick the party up. Pick the party up, we gon' pick the party up. Shots down, we gon' pick the party up. Come another round, we gon' pick the party up. We need party people, pick the party up. Tryna ride my wave, boogie boy. When I step up in the spot, you smell that goodie boy. Get on go, what you being moody for? We out here tryna function, it's so really so party people. Ain't nobody on the wagon here, pick the party up. Bras and panties on the chandelier. Brown and clear, don't mix, but we mixing it. Pick the party up, your shit sucks, so we fixing it. Double kissing it, and I'm twisting it. Party pooper, why you over there tryna throw that hissy fit? She about to throw that ass, man, you missing it. Pick the party up, right now, you ain't listening. We getting loose, I spike the juice. We cannot lose, only winners in the crew. Only winnings, all we do, pick the party fool. And we gon' pick it up, cause that's all we do. Pick the party up, we gon' pick the party up. Shots down, we gon' pick the party up. Come another round, we gon' pick the party up. We need party people, pick the party up. Pick the party up, we gon' pick the party up. Shots down, we gon' pick the party up. Come another round, we gon' pick the party up. We need party people, pick the party up.
All right. What's happening, y'all? Welcome to The Jungle Live with me, Bolts Bolton. I'm ready to take you through today's NBA fantasy slate and make sure we create a lineup that you can play in a tournament to help you take down one of these large tournaments. You can either play my lineup straight up or make a variation of your own, but either way, we are going to help you out, okay? Now, we do have our chat room set up, so as people begin to join us, we'll be able to chat here at The Jungle, presented by Roto Wild Fantasy Sports. Now, we're going to let the music run here for just a minute as we set up and get everything ready to go here for you guys. Okay, so just bear with us for just a minute, and I'll be right back.
Give me 5, I'm on it 5, and I'm so hot, I'm nothing but the vibe. I defy while you abide by guidelines. 100 rounds with the top in my sightlines. All grind, hard working when I write rhymes. Me and Buddha, yeah, we act like a hive mind. It's nighttime, they ain't got it like you. Super damn, yeah, I went and got it like you. Look, big homie told me they ain't gotta like you. They just gotta respect your hustle, got it like true. I'm at it like ooh, yeah, blowing that la 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 la. And listening to your blah blah blah. I'm about money and then time, yeah. Nighttime, they ain't got it like us. Nah, they ain't got it like us. If I'm in, it's the right time, it's the right place. Who said they got me like what? They ain't got me like, I'ma hold this shit down. I'ma hold this shit, girl. I'ma hold this shit down. I'ma hold this shit down. I'ma shut this shit, girl. Visualize this movie magic in the making. We gotta hit they fake it, we can't get it. We been winning, and this inning's out the bar. I like no doubt it's smart. We're about to start. We on a mission, man. Know the difference, then. Buckling it fast enough. Round the game, couple flips, nigga, cash and bucks. She and my yo, notice that they're after us. Running through the streets, 2 agents chasing me. Free lines, so I can escape it. Up the bakery, Paris baked in the bakery. It's Buddha on the mic, the pure land is where I take it. Far from reality, I like this place is savory. Monster made the beat, spit flows, another flavor free. Far from reality, I like this place is slavery. Monster made the beat, spit flows, another flavor free. Nighttime, they ain't got it like us. Nah, they ain't got it like us. If I'm in, it's the right time, it's the right place. Who said they got me like what? They ain't got me like, I'ma hold this shit down. I'ma hold this shit, girl. I'ma hold this shit down. I'ma hold this shit down. I'ma shut this shit, girl. looking right for show. Ass looking like two globes. Here we go. What you in the club for? Always on slow. If on a low, there's a big old hoopy. You know she gets down with that big old booty. We just hit the club in this beat up hoopty. And still left with bad and bougie bitches and chooties. I'm blowing O's in a better a poof. She love this hip hop, not rhythm and blues. The bigger the hoe, the bigger the hoop. She got them big ass hoops, man, and we getting loose. We couldn't lose, we getting loot. I'm still taking my pick like Duck Duck Goose. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, you didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, you didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, she drop it down low. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. So boy, fresh, what up? Oh, you didn't know? When I step up in the spot, I look around to see who got the biggest earrings. Cause you know the biggest hoops always had the most fun. They always down for the freak thing. So let's go, mama. Let's get it cracking with you. Let's get to filming everything. Let's get to snapping with you. Let's turn all the way up. I'm lean backing with you. Bring your friends, gather around. Somebody snap a picture before it all ends. Before the night goes down. Before the song come up, I gotta kick you out. Ain't playing no games. Gotta do it all again. Another night to remember. I'm so fucking with your friends. Yeah. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, you didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, you didn't know? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, she drop it down low. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Oh, you didn't know?
Found himself possessed of amazing physical powers. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. The infamous Krypton is now the man of steel. Super.
Living that fast, living that fast life. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus. That only makes me go bonus. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus. That only makes me go bonus. Yeah, I like to get it. I like to get on go. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm on fast. You always on so. Got no hold ups, my mind on cash. Y'all know, yeah, my smoke on ash and I don't pass. Do y'all blow? Yeah, I'm lava rocks and I'm blazing it. Me and Monster made amazing hits. The ball, I'm raising it. Boss, I'll let you tell it I ain't saying shit. Your boy, chopping in razors, kid. Click, moving like racist, bitch. High jumpers and ravers, man. These hurdles got no saviors, man. I'm burning like a laser. Electric like a taser. Hat back with it, blunted, back with another. Get money up for a stomach. Giant MC, motherfucker. Sucker MC, start running for cover. Run for the hills, or come and get killed. Come and get killed, motherfuckers. Doing what I gotta do, not thinking about what I ought to do. Blowing plumes and making tunes like Bob Boom. Came through high on the edible. This vibe right now so incredible. I'm a spectacle, it's inevitable. Super damn, somebody let them know. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus. That only makes me go bonus. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Living that fast, living that fast, living that fast life. Trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus, trying not to lose focus. That only makes me go bonus. Yeah, I got that potion, and I sip on a loco. That's loco.
All right, I'm sorry about that, you guys. I just needed to share a little bit, and now I'm back. Here we go. We're ready to tackle today's slate at Roto Wild Fantasy Sports. I am Bolts Bolton. Again, I have won over 1,900 prizes. I mean, total matchups on FanDuel, and over 24,000 in total prizes. I'm going to take you through today's NBA slate. We do have a nice slate on our hands, so let's get started. As you see here, we have this game. These games here: Boston, Detroit, Lakers, Charlotte, Houston, Memphis, Chicago, San Antonio, Minnesota, Phoenix, Los Angeles Clippers, and Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, so first thing that I usually do is take you guys through big game hunting. Big game hunting today in the NBA, as there was a lot of slates, including NFL single day slate today. So single game hunting today. Me personally, I seem to have fallen in love with the $7 entry here. $7 entry contest. Hopefully you got in. It's for 40,000 in prizes. You turn my $7 into any of these top 10 prizes, I'll be happy with that. And that is the goal today, ladies and gentlemen. And I wish everybody good luck. All right, that's what we're going to do for big game hunting. We're looking at this contest. All right, so now let's go ahead and get started with our lineup. As we look at our lineup today and we step into edit, let's switch over to our spreadsheet. Now, I've made some pretty in-depth notes for us today. Down here, looks like it's from yesterday, so we'll just delete all that. And here we've got some nice info. Of course, we want to look at these games in the blue. The big game, the highlight game of tonight is going to be Clippers at OKC. Okay, I love this game. The total is very high, and as I look on FanDuel, when you look at NBA, they only have full roster games today. I suspect if they had a single game, this would have been the single game contest. Perhaps they avoided it because Russell Westbrook is on the back-to-back with a travel day. All right, that's a lot to put on them. After last night's game went pretty late, they were one of the later games. So just taking a look at what we have going on there. You know, I really do think that that would have been the highlight game, okay? But it's not, and it's still going to have the most points, right? So just taking a look back at what it is we're looking for in this game, you see the totals are so close to each other. Point spread, this point spread seems a little off to me. Now, it seems like too many points, right? Like I said, they traveled. They are getting home. Maybe they slept at home last night, but still, that's a lot of points against a Clipper team that is a very feisty Clipper team. So if we look at some of these games, this one was within what, 8 points, 9 points. Yeah. See, so it's a little bit more than the 6, right? A little more than 7. And this one, same thing. 10. That's a 9. So this one is 12, sorry guys, and then this one is 9. So I like the Clippers' chances here. I really do. I think they're going to keep it close enough with the OKC team that's probably tired. The total is going to end up one of these right here, 226, 265, 225. So I do like this game to go over. I do like it over. So let's start looking at some of the players available out of this game. You have Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Tobias Harris, Gallinari, Steven Adams. Now, Steven Adams started going off last night. He did hurt his hand for a little bit, so it slowed some of his numbers, but he was a beast last night. And we're looking at this game. Can you ever go wrong by taking Paul George? Even last night, he struggled for a lot of the game, and he still ended with a 41. He averages 46 fantasy points. His minutes are superb. Unless I get some kind of news about him getting rested for some reason, I see no reason in not playing Paul George. Okay? With that being said, he's going to score you just about what you need him to score, right? And he's going to be pretty chalky, I think, considering that, right? So one way you can discover the chalk and who are the chalky guys is go to some of these websites, right? You go to some of these websites and they will help you sort out ownership projection, right? So one of them I know does that is Grinders. So you can come to Grinders, and as you run an optimizer on Grinders, what you'll see is they will project out player ownership, and it'll help us get a better idea of maybe who the chalkiest chalk on the slate is, right? So don't know what this is. Let me close it. Man, not sure what's happening there. Let's try it on my phone. All right. So I set the build at 150, and I'm running this. Let me see what this looks like here. All right. It came back 100% Pat Beverly, 100% Jeremy Lamb, 95% Carl Anthony Towns, LaMarcus Aldridge, Josh Jackson. All right. So Pat Beverly. There must have been some news out of the Clippers there about him playing the whole game or something. So you got Pat Beverly, Jeremy Lamb. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Jeremy Lamb's in this early matchup, so I do like Jeremy Lamb, right? You got Jeremy Lamb, Kemba Walker against the Lakers. I mean, that seems like automatic points, even though they are on a back-to-back. The total's okay, all right? And then Pat Beverly, he's in on our big team that we're targeting, right? So those are interesting guys. I'm surprised they're a little bit by how high owned it has them at. I mean, Pat Beverly at 100%. And they got him projected for 26 fantasy points on the price of 4,500. Where's Pat? Hard to find down here where they got him. There he is, 4,500. I'm looking at Pat. Yeah, this is not the kind of player that I'd be looking to play. So again, I'm a little shocked that they got him projected where he is there as far as ownership goes. As far as points goes, they do like Towns, they like Aldridge, and they like Paul George. Right, so let's look at those guys: Towns, Aldridge, and Paul George. Paul George, I already brought him up, right? Then you got Carl Anthony Towns. He's here. Paul George, Carl Anthony Towns, and LaMarcus Aldridge. And Aldridge is there. Huh. No love for DeRozan today. Interesting. All right. So Paul George also. You got these three guys. Who are our guys that are high ownership? They're Jeremy Lamb, Carl Anthony Towns, Aldridge. We already got them. Sharich, Batum, Pat Beverly, and Jeremy Lamb. So let's throw Pat Beverly and Jeremy Lamb on here. Okay, so you got these guys. Now, players that we're gonna look at next. I mean, we're still in this matchup, right? So we got Paul George out of here. We got Pat Beverly out of here. 716 is awfully high. Okay, it's almost 100 points higher than anything else we got. The next game we turn to is Minnesota Phoenix, which is a bit of a shocker, right? Look at the totals here. Minnesota Phoenix. Not only is OKC gonna smack around the Clippers, as we can see, Phoenix is gonna smack around Minnesota a little bit today. It's gonna be crazy, but it's gonna happen, right? And so we're looking for Phoenix guys to smack around the Minnesota guys and OKC guys to smack around the Clippers a little bit. I do like the Phoenix guys because they're not on any back-to-back, right? Which makes me like Karl Anthony Towns a little less, okay? Now, his numbers are so massive that he's hard to fade, but I'm not in love with Karl Anthony Towns. I do love Steven Adams, and I like this kid Ayton, right? And when you compare Ayton and Adams, I think it's a toss-up here. You're looking at totals 296 or 357, so it makes you come back and go, I guess I'm playing Adams. And anybody that rode with me last night and played some of my lineups, it must have been a good one. It must have been a lot of fun, right? I had a lot of fun and I made a lot of money. It was a crazy night, but tonight's going to be similar. Okay, we're going to ride these teams regardless of what the hype tells us, and we're going to go with some of these raw numbers, and we're gonna do well. Okay, so first thing first, right? Let's get back to what we're doing. You got Pat Beverly, Steven Adams. Steven Adams is going to go there instead of Karl Anthony Towns. Okay, from the high total. Now I do have Karl Anthony Towns also with the high total. You see this? Okay, 341 is only 10 off our Clippers. It's only 10 off our OKC. So, is there some risk attached to playing Adams instead of Karl Anthony Towns? Sure there is. You know, getting a 33 instead of getting a 53 in the same spot is going to hurt you overall. Okay? Now, the question is, look at these numbers. I'm not sure how the Phoenix team is going to beat the Minnesota team, but they are. They're going to do it, right? And I think we should get some Clippers because they have full night's rest. We should definitely play some players out of this Minnesota Phoenix matchup. The reason I like it is also it starts the same time as Clippers OKC. There's just something about this matchup. You know, I don't know. It's like a toss-up to me. And the total is nice. There's just a lot of nice things about this matchup. Somehow, is Phoenix going to win? Wouldn't that be amazing? And what kind of fantasy numbers are you going to produce? You see what I'm saying? It's very interesting because you could go a lot of routes here. I like Towns. I do like Steven Adams. So it's hard to say. 95% of these lineups are made with Towns on here. It's very high. It's very high for Towns. I guess they're projecting a big game for Towns. You know, and when we look at something like a FanDuel Scout apparently there's no resistance to Towns having a huge epic night. I do think Ayton will have a nice night. And I think Adams. I don't see how Adams doesn't have a huge night. So when you're looking at Adams and Ayton, they're around the same price. And then you got Towns, you're going to be paying up and you're going to be getting taxed to take Towns, right? But the question is, what kind of number is Towns going to throw up for you? Is he giving you one of these? If he's giving you one of these, then I suggest you take Towns, right? But if he ain't giving you one of those, if he's giving you one of these, or one of these, but he's kind of due. Look, 68, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 75, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again. 68, 1, 2, 3, 4, 75, 1, 2, 3. Whoa, this is the game. Could this be the game? Phoenix can't play any defense. How are they going to guard a player as diverse as Karl Anthony Towns? So at least on one of them, you got to design it around Towns. Okay. I think they're onto something with that one. Okay, so now let's go, because we're looking at 341, 357, 359. See, Ayton's number's not up there, but I expect them to win somehow. And with them winning, what's the game look like? Like 112, 112? 112, 112, maybe? Something like that. That puts their total right around the 341, which means Ayton is definitely in play. I think Ayton and Adams are definitely both in play if you want to save the money. That's 3,000. When you're talking Adams from Karl Anthony Towns, you're talking 3,000. That's quite a price difference, especially with OKC favored at home and no bigs on the Clippers. Huh. Wow. That makes you wonder. That really makes you wonder. Why not save 3,000 in such a small slate? All right. What do I want to do? Steven Adams did me so well last night. I'm not sure what happened. Something happened to his hand or something. This is a good question here. What do we want to do? His total is looming. But if this were 341, 341, I think what we're going to do is we are going to pay down to Adams, and we're going to look for some other players here that get us some value out of this game. It feels like the wisest move. Now, 624, 637. We don't have a player yet from here. You guys see what I'm doing here. I'm back here to the Clippers OKC game because I do think there's more players here for us to pick right out. Right, so the Spurs total 328, 606. Looks all right. What's Montrez been doing? So we open up Montrez and he's not been doing it. What's Toby up to? So you got Toby and Montrez. They're both kind of struggling, right? How did he score 52 in that game? He was like not around, and then he got into it, and then he ends with 52 fantasy points. It's so weird. One of these days he's gonna have a good game, like not just one of these ho hum games. He's gonna have a big game. And people are gonna feel it, like they're gonna really feel it that day that he has a big game. Could it be today? Do we want to hang around and wait? Do we want to pay? These are great questions. I don't really want to hang around and wait, and I don't want to pay. So I mentioned exposure out of this game. We got to get some. We got to get some exposure out of this game. I definitely like him. Sharks looks like he's going to get all the extra minutes. And you got someone like Jang, right? Where's Gorgie? He's way down here. I'm sure he's getting a minutes boost. Maybe Towns is even getting a minutes boost. Can he get a minutes boost? It's a good question. Hmm. What do you guys think about Gallinari? Gallinari looks all right. Anyone joining us? Let's take a look here. We got the one viewer. What's going on, my one viewer? You want to chat in here with me from YouTube? You want to chime in on Gallinari? What do you think about Gallinari? Maybe this is Rudy Gay or Warren. I do like Warren a lot. Warren saves us a little bit of cash. How's he been playing? Pretty good. Really good. Wow. Okay, so then you put Warren in there. Those all look pretty good. No, this one, I like Sharich here. But what's been happening with Josh Jackson? Up and down, right around the 30s. He's getting all the minutes. Hmm. Hmm. Definitely like Kuzma there. You know, Kuzma is unstoppable. He's gonna outscore Aldridge. He just is. He's just crazy. So far, this is what we've got. This could be Gallinari or Warren, right? By 500. When I'm looking at the two, they're pretty even. I just feel like OKC's D is much tougher, like much tougher than it will be for Warren. Warren and the Phoenix guys are gonna have an easy time scoring the ball tonight. Ooh, and look who's game time decision. It'd be nice if we got some confirmation. Only 36 minutes outside of game time here for Devin Booker. It's been quite the day of fantasy play today already for most of us, I think. Um, you got some interesting options here in this slate. I do think one of them is Russell Westbrook, and we got to take another look at Russell Westbrook and say, look, I can't get Booker on a GTD. If I pay up to Westbrook here and take the absolute cheapest player I know that can produce, like a Kentavious Caldwell Pope, right? Like a Josh Hart. Right? Let's say you take them both. This puts us 4,000 off our total, and we've got 3 Lakers. Okay, we got no Charlotte players against the Lakers, but we have 3 Lakers. It's pretty interesting. I've never been in love with Pat Beverly here. Okay. For my money, I would much rather have RJ, Kyrie, or Rozier out of this game. What's been going on with Mike Conley? Where's he at? Here he is. Hamstring. We played yesterday. You got Lonzo Ball there. Lonzo Ball had a string of 30s until one game where he didn't have a 30. But I mean, he's getting lots of minutes, Lonzo Ball. I don't think he's a bad option there either. You got Jeff Teague there. Rubio, Derrick Rose. Maybe a Derrick Rose goes there. Tony Parker. Hmm. We're going to have to find a player here. The money's off. Struggling. He's been on a tear. Let's plug him here. Now we got 3,600. I like all these little guards. Probably my least favorite being Tony Parker. But I like Forbes. I like, oh shit, Beverly's right there too. Forbes, Beverly. I like these guys. Rozier's maybe being my favorite. Hmm. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here, guys. I'm gonna have to make some hard choices. I think the hard choice is here at small forward. We got some pretty good players here. Rudy Gay, T.J. Warren, Gallinari. They've all started to kind of come on. Actually, the two that are like iffy to me, Jabari Parker, definitely. It's like what happened here? What's been going on here? Something's going on with Jabari and Chicago Bulls. There's like contract nonsense going on right now. It's weird. I would really, of all of the players to avoid, he's one of them. Just scratch him off, dude. Don't even play that guy. But then I'm wrong and watch what happens. But no, seriously, I'm not a big believer right there of that guy. Right. The other guys that I like there, Covington, Warren. I think I think Covington. See, but then we still gotta make some money. That's what that's what makes me want Warren or Jabari Parker, which is so weird. I just don't understand what's happening with Jabari's minutes or anything that's happening there. Is he starting? Like, what a weird. Let's see what RotoWire says about him on the team, right? Kennard starting here for the Pistons. Smart. Marcus Morris. All pretty strange stuff, guys. Hmm. Pretty tough slate today. Pretty tough slate to crack and figure out, where you really should be and what you want to be doing. So it's going to be challenging. I've only got 23 minutes, so I'm going to leave you guys to it. I'm going to leave you guys with this. This is what I'm rolling with so far. Arcdiacono, right? We're just hoping Arcdiacono, he's probably going to instant fade us, right? That's why we have him paired with Russell Westbrook, all right? But he's getting lots of minutes. So if he hits for one of these weird Arcdiacono games, we'll luck out, right? And then that puts us on at 4,800 here. We're so close to Hart, who's starting, which is kind of disappointing to not get him on. But since we can't get him on anyway, go ahead and put KCP there, and we're going to take Kyle Kuzma here. All right, so this is it. This is what we're going to rock. All right, good luck, everybody. I wish you guys a nice fantasy slate and good fortune out there. Okay, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.